And we should be live for episode 18.
So do you have like the little bars now, like right in your face so you can tell if your mic is on or not?
I'm
Or if
staring
OBS
at
is
OBS
working?
Studio at all times now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
just
actually what I'm looking at right now instead of what do you call it? Like I don't even have how we're using like Google Meet right now. I don't even have that up. That's like off shoved in
yeah,
the corner. Because there was been a
yeah.
couple times where I accidentally clicked on the Google Meet thing and then it messed up like the actual stream and I was like, fuck. So now I just only have OBS Studio up.
It's only happened twice, right? That we know of.
What? Not me not having audio or something else?
Yeah,
I think so. At
yeah.
least twice.
Out of 18, that's not too bad.
Yeah. That's like if I'd be like a star NBA player or one of the best
I
batters
know.
of all time at that rate.
16 out of
So
18. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. If I was batting, I
Are
don't know
you
what percentage that is, but that's at least 90% batting, right? That would be incredible. I'd be a god.
absolutely? Are you a basketball fan at all? College basketball, I should say.
Not college.
I know you're
We
a
talked about
Kings
this.
fan.
Yes, we talked about this. I am a huge basketball fan, but only specifically for pros.
Yeah,
I like
that's
only
right.
watch pro sports. Yeah.
Well, then we won't talk about March Madness.
Well, I mean, is Purdue playing? I'm following. What do you call it? I'm following Duke, BYU, and Kansas because I care a lot about those three top draft picks right now. But otherwise,
Gotcha.
no, I don't. I'm not like gambling or following along or making a bracket or anything.
Yeah, Purdue won the Big Ten tournament over the weekend, and so now they're a number two seed.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, number two in the West, and so that's it was a big line jump for them. So
Cool, cool. Is who's like the
they're still probably
star?
going to lose in the first round to a 15 seed. They play Queens. I've never. It's the first time Queens has ever made it to the tournament. So
Ooh, I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine unless you guys become a historic storyline for them.
again, Purdue is always really bad. Anyway, we can talk about that some other day.
Sounds good. Do you guys have a star?
What do we?
I'm gonna start. I'm clicking a couple things right now just to set up. Do you guys have a star player this year, like a Zach Edey type or whatever?
Braden Smith is always. I mean, he's a fourth year senior, and
Okay.
so he's the point guard, and he's first team All American. Leads. He's going to lead the NCAA in assists. He's one behind Bobby Hurley for the all time record on assists.
Okay.
So he he's just a traditional point guard. He's not much of a shooting guard, so he commands the offense and sets everyone up.
Cool. Kings legend Bobby Hurley. Your record's about to be broken. That's very cool.
That's right, 100%, absolutely. So, but that's about it. I mean, the others. I mean, Fletcher Lawyer. He's been there 4 years, but Clough is the big guy in the middle. Definitely can't replace Edie, but anyway,
Cool.
no one cares about Purdue basketball. What are we talking about today?
We're talking about quest dialogues. We're talking about. I mean, we're trying to get a story going here, aren't we?
I think so.
Yeah.
So I know last time we were having a little bit of an issue with NPCs not showing up, and
Right.
it's cold. It's warming up. NPCs not showing up, and like when you refresh the game, you like none of the graphics show up anymore. And so I got all that fixed. And so now we should talk about being able to talk to NPCs or anything for that matter.
Real quick.
And we should,
What was the
yeah.
culprit, by the way, for all the NPC respawn stuff?
Honestly, there's two different NPC models for some reason. There's an old NPC model and a new one.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, the rendering was using the old NPC model rather than this new one.
Okay, so probably just some AI nonsense. We didn't spell it out
Yep,
correctly enough for it. Okay, got it.
exactly. Some AI nonsense. Exactly right. So, but the thinking was, we kind of walked through it a little bit where you start the game and all starting zones will be like this, but you're plopped down right here and there's this little duder right in front of you. This is going to be Drill Sergeant Zim.
Mm-hmm.
And we need some sort of indication that you're supposed to talk to them, whether that's like a little arrow or exclamation point or
Mm-hmm.
something.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is you click on that, you click on the NPC, you're targeting the NPC, or even before that, the NPC talks to you, or we have a little tutorial box or something that says, okay, click on the NPC, and then press H. This won't do anything right now. But in EverQuest, it basically hails the target that you're targeting. So I could hail you if I was targeting Sir Clay, or I could target, in this case, it would be Zim. Ignore this Akrunin and NPC groups here.
Mm-hmm.
This should say Drill Sergeant Zim up here.
Right,
the reason
right.
it doesn't is a monster lore, and we'll make him always known. So
Okay. When you, I have two thoughts that I want to interrupt you with. Could you tell me more about hailing? What did you mean by that? And then second, your camera just froze on me. If you want to try closing it and then starting it back up again, in case that bothers you.
Damn it, camera!
Yeah, sorry. I'm noticing your
do
stream's a little fuzzy. I'm wondering if the internet's a little botched.
Stupid technology doing its thing.
I do hear you though, which is great.
Really?
Yeah.
I notice, like, when I can see it myself, I'm pretty damn slow, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
There's quite a bit of lag on my side.
Right.
I notice this happens a lot when I have the game open. It happens a lot.
Okay, maybe we'll have to keep that in mind for the game. Maybe something's happening on the browser.
I know.
Could be. Maybe we could open the game in a different browser. Maybe it's using up resources weirdly on this one because we have chat. Oh, because we have the meet up on this one.
Issue for another day, but we definitely can talk about it.
I can live with that.
Yeah.
So my question was about hailing. You were saying hailing.
Oh yeah. Hold on a second. I'm putting lag in browser in my notes. So yeah, hail just means hello, how are you, etc. Just your way of saying wave or whatever the case may be. It's a way to initiate conversation with an NPC or another player. So literally in the text, or in the chat, I should say, if you clicked on something and pressed H, it would literally say in here, hail, drill. It would just be hail plus the name. In this case, this is what it would look like. Probably can't see this.
No, I can see it. I've never seen this mechanic before. Okay, so you're basically starting the conversation with the NPC that way. Is that what I'm hearing?
Exactly right. You're starting the conversation with the NPC, or you could even hail a PC. Like, you might be running around and I might hail you and say, hail Sir Clay. And you'll see that in your chat, and then you might stop, you might talk, you might chat, you might whisper to me, etc.
Okay, got it. So this would be so because I'm very familiar with exclamation mark over the top of the NPC's head, indicating to you maybe there's a new quest, maybe there's whatever, there's something of interest. I've never seen this mechanic where you then in the chat hail them, because normally you just click on the NPC and maybe there'd be like an option to chat with them or something. So are we able to let the user hail the NPC and chat with them via like a dialogue where consider is as well, or is it only going to be through chat, do you think?
Go through that again. What do you mean?
So right now, to me, it sounds like you're starting a conversation with an NPC by using the chat hail, but is that something that can be triggered? Is it like a consider trigger button basically too, or is it like you can only do it through the chat to hail an NPC?
Yeah, typically there would be like a hail button.
Okay.
Next to consider, there would be a hail or hello or whatever we want to call it.
Okay.
Yeah, normally, like, there was, I don't know if I have the old EQ, but there was a little button that said hail, and then consider was right below it.
Got it. Okay, no, sounds great. I'm totally cool with that mechanic as long as the user has the ability to click because I think in today's games they just call it talk or some shit like that. So I get that that's the parallel. That's awesome. Got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So then what will normally happen is when you hail Drill Sergeant Zim, there'll be canned responses. There'll be canned dialogue like, yo, welcome, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Then in like brackets, it'll say, I don't know, talk to me about the war if you want. So that would be said back to you. And then the war is the context. So you'll say, what war?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's where the dialogue tree continues down. So in other games, I'm sure in single player games, you've seen that where like certain keywords are highlighted and you might like click on the highlighted word, it'll go down dialogue trees or whatever the case may be. And so what we need to do is figure out what this dialogue tree looks like, how it acts, how it feels, and then what we want Drill Sergeant Zim here to say. At the end of it, though, you can do like he might say something like, some sort of text like, this will lead you forward to the old Hob later on that we talked about. How do you get to old Hob, or what does old Hob have to do with it, or whatever? So this should give you the ability to do rumors and quests and whatnot.
Okay.
So just like any other dialogue in any other game.
Yep. And so it was news to me recently when you told me that a lot of this stuff, instead of like having like a dialogue box that comes up in like RPGs that I will have played, it sounds like it happens in the chat. So which is totally cool with me. I actually really enjoy that. I was wondering, then is it like when you hail the drill sergeant, are there like options for you to choose from in the chat? And yeah, I'll let you talk. Okay, no, okay.
Nope. So I was just gonna say we don't have to do it that way either. That's just the old school feel. I know modern players are more used to what you're talking about, where there will be a little dialogue box right here with the little avatar picture, and then the text goes through here, and then you can choose 1, 2, or 3, and then you go into like canned responses or whatnot.
Right.
But EverQuest wasn't like that. You could literally type anything in here. Type anything. And if you have, if you're targeting, Zim here, there's a chance that you could get additional hidden information out of the NPCs that's not in one of the 3 canned responses.
Yeah.
So you might discover a secret rather than just going down some predefined dialogue tree.
I love that, and I'll tell you why. For me, I actually prefer the dialogue boxes for the players to see like dead center of the screen. But you telling me that makes me think that there is an excellent opportunity to have an LLM kind of get to talk to the player, so that the player is always chatting as if they're prompting, right? I think there's an opportunity there, actually. So I don't know what you think about that. If there's not an LLM prompting concept, I think I would err on the side of the dialogue box with the canned responses. But like you mentioned, if we're allowing a little bit of a prompting, that sounds pretty cool, actually, to all do via chat.
I would love that. We would have to figure out how to incorporate the LLM into our chat and how to make it so that, I guess we could do like a prompt for each NPC or whatever we interact with, and just says, you are Zim, you are a drill sergeant in an army in a fantasy RPG, you are limited to certain responses, but your tone is such and such. We turn the temperature down to 0.1 or 0.2, so it's not super creative, but maybe we do want creativity. And then also we could put in there, these are additional rumors or things that you may want to talk about if prompted or even if unprompted. So I love that idea. I just don't know how to implement it just yet, but we can walk through it.
No, I totally follow. The reason I brought that up is because if we didn't go down that route, then I would err on the side of, hey, let's just go with the dialogue boxes, because it just feels more modern, like for people, like it's like adding a little bit of a modern twist to like that normal chat dialogue. But then my question would be, if we didn't have it be a prompt via the chat, what was the strategies that people were employing? Like, was it based on keywords that you typed to unlock that secret dialogue? Or so it was more like an if statement, like if user said, substring Todd, tell a story about Todd.
Kind of like this.
Yeah.
So like you would literally, so the specific keywords that character knows about, it will always put in brackets.
I see.
So you will always have a dialogue. There'll be always something in brackets, and you could either click on it or you could type out what war. So like if I clicked on the war, it would say what war or the war or what. It would literally fill in that text for you. So you don't have to
Ah,
continuously type.
okay.
However, this is where that hidden content comes in. If I wanted to, I could type pretty much anything, and there might be hidden dialogue trees that wouldn't be available if you're just clicking 1, 2, or 3 or something on some dialogue box.
Got it. So then let me say, like, let's say that the first thing that he was like, if you can scroll up, like, yo, welcome, tell me about the war if you want. Or, sorry, maybe you hail, gosh, I'm just trying to think of his dialogue. How about he goes, state your purpose, like, let's just go with that one, right? And you go,
Yep.
I need to order number one from McDonald's. Like, what happens when that, is it just
Yeah.
blank, or he goes, like, tell me again, or, like, what happens exactly when it's, like, random?
So you can have it be default, like,
Don't be an idiot. Yeah, okay, got it. Yeah, like a canned response of like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
exactly.
And would it
So we
be
can set whatever tone we want for these NPCs, and all of them
right?
will be different.
So then it sounds like you have an object that represents the NPC. In there, there's maybe keywords as maybe like an array that you're storing, and if the user hits that keyword, then there's like a tree of like responses that they might give you based off that keyword. Like I'm thinking about it from a technical code. Like I'm actually just going into the implementation. That's kind of how you would filter through and search for that, right?
Well, that's one way we could, but that's why I wanted to bring AI into the fold.
Mm-hmm.
See what it thinks is the
Okay.
best way to implement something like this, because there are actually off-the-shelf dialogue tree editors
Mm-hmm.
if you want to do full dialogue trees.
Okay, got it. Good to
Um,
know. Good to know. I didn't know any of that actually. Okay,
yep.
got it. Got it.
And some of them are AI driven in the sense that you could just type in like, this is Zim, he's a drill sergeant, he has a severe tone, he's interested in the war, and blah blah blah. Use prompting like plain LLM text, and it will come up with dialogue and a dialogue tree for you.
Okay.
We don't have to do that, so I was thinking maybe we could talk to Claude or whatever and figure it out.
Okay.
We could ask it or plan or something like that.
Awesome. No, I'm down with that. And my last question would be if the chat dialogue with the NPCs and whatnot is happening straight up in the chat, what happens when you're in junction and everyone's going hard in the paint? Like, I'm selling the sword, I'm selling. It's like, how does the conversation not get drowned out in case there's too much happening?
Yeah, so that's where you would usually do filters. That's
Okay.
kind of the whole point of the filters
Yep.
is
Yep.
the filters allow you to do other things. I mean, put like conversations with NPCs in a specific tab. And so, or like general in a different tab or however you want. That's the kind of the whole point of the
Got it.
filters.
And did players enjoy having to kind of do what I would consider kind of manual labor to kind of do all that? Like, did they like having like is that more of a muscle memory or is that something that people enjoyed?
As far as filtering or what?
Having
As
to kind
type,
of put in a little bit of elbow grease to make sure that the experience is like going the way that you would want it, because that's why to me there were dialogue boxes, so there was like a little bit of an isolated thing of your journey, if you will.
I mean, I can't speak for everyone, of course, but I
Sure.
think giving people more options is better. If I want to filter out my party chat into something over here on the side and put my general over here on somewhere else and put my raid and party and guild in a different tab, I think people enjoy being able to have that flexibility.
Sounds
It's
good.
harder,
And
of course.
yeah, no worries. And no worries. I was just trying to steal knowledge from you. That was an actual question. I actually wasn't sure like how it played out back then and stuff like that. Okay, cool, awesome.
That being said, didn't know what you didn't know, right? There weren't a lot of wasn't a lot of choices back then.
Fair enough. Cool. Okay, got it.
So where do we want to go from here?
Maybe we can ask ChatGPT or Claude or what have you about maybe what it thinks would be the ideal implementation for dialogue to start, and we can kind of go from there.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. All right. Let me do the thing. Is that big enough?
Yeah.
Do you want to do plan or ask?
I think this is just ask.
So hey, uh, we're ready to start implementing dialogue for NPCs or other objects. What are some ways we can do this? Do we want to spell out specific interactions with the UI? I mean, which path do we want to go down?
I would say maybe like um I as a player want to be able to speak with NPCs.
Okay.
I would say like what are the most um like what are the implementation ways for us to create quests, dialogues, and I don't know the correct term, but maybe um, like dialogue paths, dialogue trees.
Trees, yeah.
Cool. Dialogue trees. Yeah, exactly. And then within my old school MMO app, I think that's kind of like how I would describe that. And then we could see what it says first, and then say, is there like the second question that I would ask is like, how would you modernize this idea while keeping the core feeling? Like that would let that be a follow up, if you will.
Okay. We'll ask this and see what it says.
Mm-hmm.
So right now in the database, there's nothing more than just a placeholder for dialogue as an array.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a sneaking suspicion, I mean, depending on how complex we want this to be, it's going to be a whole separate sort of interface that will be created in the God tools.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to figure that out. Although I love the idea of talking to an LLM as well.
Mm-hmm. Hey, don't worry, that's more of a flex. It was just because we were already going. My initial thought was because we were already having the player talk. I've never done that before, by the way. I've never gone to like
Yeah.
type responses like that.
Yep.
Because we're already doing that, I was like, this is just so perfect for that kind of feature
I think
later.
so.
Yeah,
I think it's perfect. Actually, let me write that down so I don't forget.
Mm-hmm. Only because I've never seen that paradigm before, and I was like, there's no better way. And it doesn't mean that it hasn't always been around. I just meant I personally haven't seen it, and that would be like the perfect application for that.
I agree. I 100% agree. Especially since each NPC can have their own tone and a personality that's built
Mm-hmm.
in with your prompts.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
Let's see what he thinks. Yeah.
Wow. Holy cow. Yes, but there's nothing in it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That is correct. That's how it currently is.
Mm-hmm. Each quest has phases / states. Makes sense. Dialogue entries are quest ID plus phase. Holy shit, this is getting deep quickly. Actually.
No, that's true.
Yeah. No, I agree with it.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh man, that's another layer of a model to have to add on. That's
Yep.
pretty cool.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
We need a dedicated model, I would think.
Absolutely, yeah. Games are complex, by the way. This is like no. As this was happening, I was like, oh man, this is not just a UI dashboard. You know what I mean? This is complex.
That
This
is
is
true.
cool. This is cool. Yeah, this is not.
This
just...
is why not everyone makes games.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I was like, this is I didn't give enough credit because I was thinking I worked on crazy software. This is gonna get deep quick. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. I would think it would have to be an object for you to have different, because it wouldn't want to just be a giant array because rumors don't live with other keywords. It would be like, I guess it depends on the time complexity of how fast you want to hit the certain parts, but I would think it need to be an object just to like quickly get to the dialogue that you want to see. Let me see, and then extended model dialogue node. Oh man, now you're using like a real tree data structure. I have never used a real one in my entire life. I have never
Don't
used a
worry.
tree other than in a job interview. I've never used one in real life. That is crazy. Okay, got it. Got it.
Yeah, this is all fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great. Exactly. If you have like a certain item, or if
Yeah.
you've been if you had a discussion with someone, or you know a password, that would be awesome.
Dude, that's crazy. Each node is going to be so important to track each specific like potential conversation because that's how you would know that someone got further along in their quest. Well, because they got a hold of the Eye of the Phoenix or what have you to move it forward.
Yep.
Holy shit, that's crazy, dude! Oh my god, this is the first time I'm ever gonna have to practically use a tree. This is crazy. It's crazy. Okay.
Uh, like this is awesome. Exactly what I was thinking. Like this is where I was saying like you could do it in a dialogue window. Like maybe you completed a quest somewhere, and now when you come back, there's a fourth option on the dialogue window that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you could trigger this, but I like the idea of you actually having to learn it and type it in to a chat window. But we can figure that out.
Can you say that last part? What do you mean learn it and type it in? Sorry, I just wanted to clarify that point.
Yeah, so like maybe you spoke to Old Hob and he said, "Hey, now that you are going to help me, go back to Zim and tell him that the secret or he that you have learned the old words of the ancients. Now you go back to Zim and you hail him again and you say, I know the old words of the ancients, and you type it in. And Zim now says, all right, awesome. Now go do this for me or whatnot. So it could just be in the dialogue window as well. But I like the fact that you're actually having a conversation. You're typing things
Right.
in, especially if we're going to use the LLM model.
It's really funny you mention this. I hate shit like this. But by the way, and I'm saying other people I've talked to love this shit. Like it feels like a little bit like a mystery game kind of concept where you're supposed to like remember clues and whatnot, you know? Yeah. Okay.
Can write it all down.
No, for
Let's see.
sure. No, for sure, right? Now you're other RPGs I've played, you have to remember like when where the sun was setting at this certain point in time so that you could go to the dungeon at a certain time and crazy shit like that. And I hate that shit, but everybody loves that shit.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
100% they do. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody loves like Becca loves playing Nancy Drew mystery games. That's like all like so she loves this kind of thing. And I'm just
Yep.
like a brute, right? I'm just like just move the story along.
So let's see here. Add talk to the targeting UI.
Yeah.
Talk to NPC. Simple trees. Implement select dialog responses and next ID or index for branching. Sure. Keep the model compatible with your existing dog. Sure. Yeah. Yep. This all seems fine.
And did we want to ask it anything else? Well, actually, if you could do me a favor, copy all this. And well, do you want to either talk to it further to get more inspiration behind maybe like a modern technique or whatever, or is this the way that we want and we tell that motherfucker to start planning for it right now?
It's up to you. I'm fine going down another path and seeing what it says. It's really um, to see what other options there are. So we can ask it other things.
How about we just ask one follow up question? To me, it would
Sure.
be like, what could be uh, what could be a way that this could be handled to cater to modern audiences while still keeping an old school feel? That's all I would ask and see if it has any like inspiration.
Old school feel. And I'm guessing that's more on the front end specifically you're talking about.
More about the display because the way we handle the data will be the same. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. So specifically,
how we deliver it to the user, right?
display / delivery to the user on the front end.
Shit, Steve, my mind's actually a little blown. Only because like I've literally never had to use a tree. You've never had to send a user on real estate software on a random journey. They don't. There's not. You just use like 2 if statements to for. So that's pretty cool. Got it. Okay.
All right. Old school and based on your existing unit. Type out. Yeah. So I don't know.
That's bullshit. We don't have to worry about it. Yeah, it's already outdated. I'll fix that later.
Left anchor dialog panel. So this is what you're talking about.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about a dialogue panel like that, but that's interesting. Okay.
Left anchored sliding panel, which would come out, of course, center bottom.
I almost disagree with a dialogue panel now because it should just be a dialogue tab within chat now. That's my personal opinion. Okay.
Yeah, so this is what I thought you were talking about. This is.
I was thinking more like when you play RPGs, like above the hotbar, it would be like, it is right there, and it's like the text, and it has like the homie's face avatar being like, like making like the little.
Yeah, that's what this is.
But this feels like a standalone window that kind of pops out or something.
Yeah, it's a modal. I mean, same with in standalone games. There's a modal. It's
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's one.
Instant versus typewriter. Ah, that's right. I do kind of like typewriter, by the way. I don't know if you like that, but I'm a 16-bit pixel kind of guy, and that's why I like typewriter. But I because then it feels like a little, but then it doesn't really fit with the chat concept at all.
In additional effect in settings, on second visit, show text instantly. So this is just the typing of the words, as it were, the slowness as it's scrolling or what.
To imply that someone's talking. Right,
Yeah, and this is what I think you were talking about. Just press 1 or 2 or 1 or 3 or whatnot.
Which, by the way, I'm out on now. I like the other one better.
So yeah, like this.
Yeah. That's like every game I played, like Baldur's Gate, Skyrim, what have you. Yeah,
they all do this.
Yeah.
They're all just canned responses, 1, 2, or 3.
Right. Which I don't really enjoy necessarily one way or the other. Yeah.
Yeah, this is all just. Oh yeah, we should also have a journal for conversations you've had.
Agreed. Storing the secrets that you learn and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay, that's all just crap. I do want to ask it now about actually typing in the chat window, though, versus actually having a separate dialogue window.
I agree. Let's see if it knows any market research.
Old MMORPGs like EverQuest, you actually typed into the chat window in order to converse with NPCs. What does that look like? How it worked in early MUDs, yes. Target or stand near an NPC, type a line into the chat input, press enter, your line appears. Hey,
today we learned quickly.
Yeah. The NPC's reply is, as guard says, greetings, traveler. Yep. You keep typing. Rumors, quests, sell, buy, train, etc. Keywords. Yep, exactly.
So it's up to the user to know what options, or you end up slamming through a bunch of options to see what you could get out of them, is my guess.
No, so like the initial prompt, like I showed you, it will say those keywords in brackets.
Okay.
But if you want to do other things, then that's where you would type in other things, secret things that aren't in brackets.
Okay, I understand.
Okay. Greetings, traveler. What brings you to? You say rumors, die bandits, blah blah blah. You say quest, blah blah blah. But this is like really, really old. That's not. This is like old muds or in text-based games. That's how it was.
Got it. Yep.
Good scrolls was remind. No separate dialogue panel or response buttons. Exactly. Discover what words work by trying things or hints. Yep. Feels like shared social space. Player chat and NPC chat in the same channel. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're conversing with other players in the game. They just happen to be non-player characters.
Mm-hmm.
So blending that with your game. Your game has 2 channels. Chat, blah blah blah. Option A. NPC lines in the same chat UI. Use chat windows, conversations, you say to NPC, hail, blah, 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 blah. NPC mode, yes, for the chat input. While NPC is targeted and dial, this is what I was saying. Like you would have a separate chat with the NPCs that would be filtered.
Yep.
Yes, exactly right. Only say to NPC commands that go there. It wouldn't be in general chat. Precisely. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So you could either do that or put it in brackets.
Mm-hmm.
The braces, I should say, not brackets,
Mm-hmm.
braces. Hail, blah, blah, blah. Modern friendly adjustments show hints. Yeah, they show hints, but you get the idea.
One last one I would love for you to ask it is,
Yep.
what would be the way that would make players the most happy, like in terms of like, I guess let me try to, I'm trying to think about how to prompt it, but let me just like, how would we ask it, like what would make players the most happy today while still keeping an old school feel? That's basically like what I'm wondering right now. I just
I
want to
bet it
know what
won't
it
give an
says.
answer. It won't give an answer, but we can type it in.
Okay.
But
Because
I
I have
like
something
these
in my
three
head.
right up.
Yeah.
Yeah, these 3 off the top of my head is what I was thinking. But yeah,
Yeah, because can you tell me more about immersion? Because
yeah.
you mentioned one time it's more immersive for a couple things like the player names and what have you, and I actually was very easily convinced of that. I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. What do you think chat immersion would do? Because like, would I feel more immersed with chat and all of it living in there? Like, what could you sell me on that of why that would that one's not clicking with me quite immediately?
Um, So I guess it depends how it's implemented, of course. But
Mm-hmm.
when you're having a conversation with an NPC, you feel like you're actually in the world talking to another player.
Okay.
Now, whether that player is you or a bot, an AI in this case, that helps feel like you're in the world rather than another modal appearing, their little image showing up, and then you're just clicking 1, 2, or 3. You're not having a conversation. You're just clicking buttons at that point. It's more like a mini game.
Okay.
So when you're actually typing or using Whisper or something, some speech to text, you're actually having a conversation. So, and I understand like single player games, all the single player RPGs, they all do the same thing. It's just 1, 2, 3. You can just click through it really quickly because it's single player. But when you're online in a world where you get to explore and get to interact with other people, it seems like taking a player out of that experience kind of destroys the immersion factor. So
No,
that's where I was coming from.
no. I think I'm convinced on the typing to an NPC makes it feel immersive. I think I'm very much sold on that. I think where my mind is maybe gapped up, I'm trying to think, is that modern MMOs don't always go that route. I'm thinking like WoW, for example. They don't have this chat functionality like that, do they? Like you're like they give you a quest dialogue box, like and then they give you like a full story. Like I don't think you really chat with the NPC when I played.
Oh, dialogue UI.
Mm-hmm.
What does that look like?
Yeah,
So
that's how I
this
remember it. It's like a whole scroll page, and you're just talking there.
is that what happened?
Yeah,
Oh,
well, at least when I last played. So maybe WoW Classic is different.
yeah, it's actually. That doesn't look right to me.
Got it. That's
It's
when
really
I
not.
when I last played. That's what they did. Yeah.
It's not what I remember. So, but like I was saying, it's been forever since I played.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be a. That's just the journal. Is there actually a UI of talking? I honestly don't remember what it looked like. So, like, this is, of course, the classic WoW interaction here, right?
Right.
This, but
Right.
this this was not here before
I see.
in
For
vanilla WoW.
where I'm kind of feeling. So by the way, I'm totally convinced on chatting by typing with the NPC. Where I still feel is kind of weird is to do it in the chat box, and I like the dialogue box, and then being able to chat in the dialogue box. That's kind of how I feel about it right now. But I don't feel I don't feel strongly about it. It just it feels weird to type it in the chat to me. But having its own right in your face dialogue box, that feels almost more modern for some reason.
So, okay, what were you going to ask it? Which is you were going to say like which would modern players enjoy more?
Or like let's say we're targeting players who like old school MMOs, but we want to think about modern quality of life improvements.
Old school
Yeah,
MMOs.
yeah, that's how I describe it. Maybe, yeah,
We want the convenience of a modern UI.
yeah. And I would say, with that in mind, which chat route, or sorry, which dialogue route makes the most sense for today?
Yeah. Or is there a combination?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Of all the yeah, any of the options basically, yeah. Cuz I know that at least today WoW does the dialogue window that pops up and you like click around, you just click escape, accept or decline. At least for the first 2
Yeah.
hours they didn't give you very many options.
Okay, hold on a second. All right. Come on.
Bunch of stuff.
Where's the top?
A little
Is this
lower.
still?
No, it's low. That was the other one.
Okay, there it
Okay,
is. Yeah.
cool.
Recommendation panel first with chat and keyword flavor. Using a sliding dialog panel as main interaction, but sign it and tie it to chat still feels old school. Why panel first? Blah, blah, blah. Yes.
Typed keywords not all sentences. Shadows flavor. Okay. Optional type for purists. And would it still say that a dialogue panel is right? Because I actually like the dialogue panel with chatting. I'm like really convinced on the immersion with chatting.
Okay, well, I guess where does that leave us?
I don't know. We can go either way because, well, the backend needs to get designed. However, it's
Yeah.
still the same. Do you have strong opinions one way or the other? I don't need to have. I don't feel strongly about anything, and I'm actually convinced by what you were saying about getting the chat. I think I love that. Actually, it's fresh in an old way. Like it's like I think it's really cool.
I don't care one way or the other. I think I'd have to see it like more than anything, right? I definitely like seeing and using it to see if it works or not.
Okay,
So
then
I
maybe.
think we just
Oh, sorry.
choose like the dialogue panel to start out.
I'd
To your
be.
point, like all of the back end stuff we have to do anyway, but the presentation, maybe we start with the dialogue panel and figure out where to go from there.
Do you hate if? Do you hate if it's sort of like there's a dialogue panel. There's options of buy, sell, trade, rumor, like like those ones, the core ones, and then there's like type something. You know what I mean? As like another option, and that's its own input that you could type in. Do you hate that at all? And then you would get like a new dialogue based off of what you typed.
A little bit,
Sure.
because it doesn't feel like you're having a conversation with the NPC. To your point, like if you're just gonna have little buttons that say buy, sell, rumors, quest, or whatever the case may be, now you're just again going back to the clicking game.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you'll still have the optional chat. So maybe I don't know. Again, we'll have to see how it plays out.
No worries.
Uh,
And my no, but just from another question point, then, do you if it was all chat, did people end up being like, hey, I want to sell something, and would they type that out every time, or would they eventually just write sell and hit enter?
Almost always it would be shortened. It would be sell. So like that example I said with the war, it would always just be tell me about war, or it would be a single word phrase. So in the example that you're saying where you could just have those key words there, that would be almost assuredly what people typed in.
Oh, but what if it was only okay? I hear you're saying. I guess I'm cool with they're not with the user still having to type in the keywords on certain
They can
things.
click, they can, yeah. So to your point, like
Yeah,
we could have the hints where they just click on rumors and it'll basically type out, tell me about rumors, and then Zim will lay out the rumors, and then there could be some other keywords after that, and they click on the next keyword. But to your point, having the ability to type in anything they want in the chat box opens up design space to do all the secret stuff that we were talking about, or chatting with an LLM, etc.
yeah.
So
I
I think you're getting the best of both worlds by doing what you're talking about, where you have the keywords that you're saying in a dialogue panel with the ability to type anything.
That's what I'm thinking, and it's only because when users start doing shit like they don't like if like the reason why you sold me on the chatting part was because if I wrote I want to sell something to you, that's so like I'm feel immersed. But if I just end up becoming muscle memory, sell, enter, I feel like that's the same thing as clicking sell. That's
It is.
yeah, so that's why I didn't like it in that context. So sell could be a clickable thing, but then something like the war would be something that you would have to type in. That's like the way that I felt. Like it's almost like core NPC behaviors could be clickable, but story based ones or moving quests forward could be something that you still had to unlock via typing. That's just how I feel about that.
So we'll have to talk about what you mean by core versus, because like if we go into a merchant and do sell or something, that's probably going to be an entirely separate dialogue, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to figure that out. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I think we're coming into alignment.
Okay, cool. Then maybe we can start going into plan mode right off of this with the context that it has, and we can say like, "Cool, go do that thing." Yeah. But make a plan for doing that thing. Cool, go do that.
Why not?
Yeah.
We're in plan mode, so
Yeah, that's true.
oh.
That's true. I wonder if it'll know
uh,
what do that means, but that's hilarious.
I know. Will it understand? By the way, have I been frozen this whole time or not?
You were frozen for a while, and then you just suddenly came back to life entirely. So I haven't brought it up since.
Okay. I think it's when I close the game.
I
I
see.
think I think it's when we're streaming with that game open, it has too much bandwidth.
I wonder then if you share a different browser than what Google Meet is on. My suspicion is two things. We don't know if it's just Chrome being throttled or if it's your RAM not being enough to handle it all. That's kind of like my thoughts on it. So I think it could be an interesting experiment. Like if you have Firefox or like another browser and you use that instead, maybe it might be fine.
using Google Meet in a different browser than Chrome?
Like, are you using Google Meet in Chrome right now or Firefox?
Yeah,
So
Chrome.
so then maybe you could fire up the game in Firefox and see if it still occurs, basically.
Hmm. Okay.
Because do you think the throttling is happening off of your RAM?
I don't think so, but how would I know?
Exactly. That's why I was like, maybe this could be an A/B test.
Okay. We'll do it that next time. Well,
Sure.
yeah. All right. So let's see what's it's doing here. Keyword style, blah blah blah. I mean, we always look at these and like we never correct them. Well, maybe once we've corrected it. So yes.
I would add a note. Maybe you scroll up. It says player goes and clicks talk, which is how I would want it for me. But I think we should do the /hail or /talk or whatever that you like, because I think that's really cool.
Where did you see that appear?
Literally at the very top. Yeah, there you go. Data flow, player target. You could say like comma, or they can do /hail or something. Or if you like, if I don't know what keyword or command is right, but yeah. But they would need to say /hail that NPC, right? Yeah.
So it's normally whoever's targeted. If you just type /hail, you're not targeting anyone. It'll just say hail in local, and it doesn't hail
No,
anyone.
perfect. That's even better. Awesome. Cool. Cool.
Uh, I think that's good enough. Or type /h with the NPC targeted. Does it matter if it's talk or hail? It depends. If you want old school, hail doesn't really mean anything probably, but talk definitely does.
I say, from so if this was a game today, I would want to say talk, but I think hail gives it a little bit of that feeling that feels good. Like, don't worry, I'm right there with you. I do want to keep that essence still there, so I think that's cool. Actually, no, I think having it be hail is cool as a button. I think I just need the button.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we could change that easily later, depending on
Yep.
how it tests with the users.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. It's just a label. Is there anything in here that you want to go through?
I think I'm good right now. The dialogue modal component reads from. I just want to read this part for sure. You can scroll through it quickly. I'm skimming it fast.
Give me 1 second. I
Yeah,
was
no
gonna
worries.
linear
The data portion
make
feels
a new
good.
branch.
Yeah, no worries. Talk button and socket wiring. Cool. Only show talk when there is at least one group with dialogue link ready. Oh, because there could be NPCs with no dialogue. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry. Um, scroll through this. I think we want option B here, right?
Option
Well,
B,
actually,
full scroll.
I'm not even sure what this chat room stuff is. Why is this even here if we're having a dialogue box?
Check option A system. I don't know. Chapter. I think we can delete this actually, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm a little confused by this part actually. It's just
Yeah,
saying these are the options, and then it's saying we'll start with, and now we get to tell it which option we want basically. Avoid chat filter complexity. No, we want chat filter chat room, right? So
well, I Yeah, I mean, we want chat room for sure,
Uh-huh.
but is that the same thing as the dialogue window? Because we're
I'm
doing a
I'm a little
dialogue.
I'm confused. I'm actually not sure if it's doing a dialogue right now. I couldn't tell.
Thought that's what this is here, right?
Not yet. I didn't get to that yet, right? Oh, front end dialogue modal, blah blah blah. Left anchored sliding panel. Sure, whatever. We'll start with that. Props,
Yeah,
read
so this
content,
is the
NPC,
modal.
history, plus current numbered response button or response call.
Yeah, the MC name, header, history, blah blah blah. This is all a dialogue modal.
Yeah, but it doesn't allow you to do chat in here, so I guess we need to mention that later. But let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I think it kind of was a weird plan. Maybe we can ask it. Be like, what the fuck is this whole thing over here?
It's
If you could say, what is section 6 if I already have a dialogue box? You know, yeah. You're absolutely right, right?
yes, exactly. I assume that the dialogue box is going to have a scrollable history area, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So then section 6 comes in if we don't have a scrollable history, and you were going to throw it into the chat itself. So you could be clicking the thing, and it still pops up in chat, I think is what it's saying. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
think
we
that's
don't
what
want.
it is.
Yeah, yeah, we don't. We just want. This is what we want. Why is there? I don't get this. I don't know what it's saying here. Section 6 reduces to yes, when a player gets blah 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 into the dialog box's history. That's correct. This is correct.
Mm-hmm.
There would be no. Oops. No system log chat room changes are required unless you also want those lines visible elsewhere, which we don't. I,
I would just say update the. I would tell it what it is that you wanted and just say update the plan.
the chat responses go into the dialog box history.
And before you hit send, can you write? I also want the dialog box to support the user chatting with the NPC as an option.
Freeform chat with the NPC. Typing into what are we calling it? Text area, text box,
Text input maybe.
text input.
Yeah. Cool.
Sorry, my phone is blowing up.
No worries. Anything cool happening at least?
Yeah, I gotta approve a PR. So can you give me?
You can approve the PR.
Just turn off my mic.
Yeah.
Give me 2 minutes.
No, you're good. You're good. Cool, everyone. I'm gonna do a quick 2-minute talent show. I don't have any talents, but I'll find one really quickly while Steve's approving a PR. Let's see. Let's find out how I can hack Steve in this 2-minute period before he comes back. Let's see. Oh, he turned off his camera. We can't even play I Spy. I can't even social engineer this anymore. Let me see. Wish I could control his computer from here so I can read. Oh, cool, I can. Let's see. I can read it. Unified. Scrollable history. Cool. Awesome. I like it. In other news, somebody on Kalshi put a $145,000 bet, a brand new account, that Netanyahu will be out by March 31st. If they win, there'll be a payout of $4 million. Makes you think.
All right, sorry about that.
No, you're good. I was
Barely heard what you were talking about.
I was enthralling the audience.
Something about how she has like a 480 million payout for him being deposed by when?
March 31st. Some guy made an account today, put in $145,000 bet. And the payout would be 4 million.
4 million in 15 days?
Yeah.
That's not a lot of time to depose a leader.
I know, but I mean, I guess it depends on if a 445k is a lot to them or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you already look through this while it was
I did.
scrolling?
I think it looks good, but I didn't look through the changes to the plan. I did like what it told me on the screen.
Shouldn't it have updated this though?
It should have, and it may have started another file, but let me know if it didn't. It didn't update it at all.
This is just the same stuff.
Okay, then I would say that like, hey, I didn't see you update my plan. Wait, yeah, I don't see it either.
I mean, it says that I made these changes.
Yeah. This happens to me all the time, by the way. And then I go, you didn't actually do anything. They're like, you're absolutely right. So I just want to throw that. This is definitely a thing.
Unless I'm looking at the wrong plan?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Did you really update?
The plan, I don't see it, maybe. Okay, it's a new plan. Can you click on that file? Yeah. Further up. Yep, exactly. It created a new plan. Yeah, there we go. So I don't know where, but we can keep all and then go from there.
Okay. Let me do something here real quick. I'm going to create a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Dialog implementation for dialog box front end and back end. Let's create branch AOD 216. All right. We're going to build this, right?
I think we're good to build. I wish it was a build button, but yeah, let's build. Maybe you can copy that file name and just say, yeah, because I've never had it build without having the build button available, so that sketches me out as well.
Oh, the build button was there, but I switched to agent mode, so it switched to the branch and build
okay, that should be fine. I think that's cool.
Yep.
Are all things good on the approval front?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out soon.
Did you painstakingly read through all the code, or did you write "looks good to me" approve?
Oh, I painstakingly went through all 300 lines of code.
There you
No,
go.
no, I did not. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm just checking my notes, or sorry, my Slack history here, just to see if there's anything else going on. That's too funny. It actually did a build, like a debug build.
Oh, that doesn't do any. Yeah, that's why I said without hitting the build button, I'm like, I'm not sure if it knows what we're talking about unless you reference the build file too. Is what I'm thinking. So I would just copy and paste that file, like the name of it, and say, no, do that, idiot.
Yeah. I got confused. I guess it didn't get confused. It did what it was told to do. You know what I didn't see though? Where is it storing the list of words and keywords and stuff? There's going to have to be some sort of database migration script, I assume.
Oh yeah. Maybe it's just leaving us open for when we want to include it because it didn't price any of that in necessarily for the specific NPC.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see any database stuff in here. We'll have to add that somewhere. And then as far as actually generating dialogue, if we're going to be creating quests and whatnot, are we going to have GPT or Claude come up with our dialogue for us?
I think we should. So I think the dialogue stuff. I think we can kind of come up with a little bit of it at least to start, and then GPT can make it spicier, maybe. But I wouldn't want it to come up with our entire storyline. That's how I feel.
If that's the case, then we need. Well, yeah, I mean the storyline for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we would give it parameters. But as far as the sheer volume of dialogue that needs to be created, I don't assume we were going to type out everything, right?
No, no. I think we could just be like, oh, here's the story, generate it, but then also like,
Yeah.
but at least for the beginning for this one, I almost feel like we could type out a couple lines because like, for example, like you and I could discuss what's the very first thing that the drill sergeant says. I like my in my mind it'd be like, halt, state your purpose. Why are you here? Like I don't know, like could you like I don't think I needed GPT to tell me what that first one should be. It's almost like we could agree on it.
So let's see here. Did it do its
Wow,
thing?
it finished all of it, huh? It's gonna work.
What is your bet?
No.
No? Oh, ye of little faith.
It was too quick. It was so quick. I'm like, what? You created an entire backend service? You created all the routes. You completely made a new modal. Like, I'm like, hell no, dude. There's no way this works on first shot. I don't know. And it was so quick.
I know.
Oh man.
It's sorry. Let's go in here and let's see what it did. Talk button is in place. But this might be because there's no dialogue, so that's why the talk button doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
It almost looks like it's grayed out.
Yeah, and the NPC doesn't have anything on him. Right. Okay.
So
I say we need to figure out the shape on the NPC for dialogue. And then we just need to have it at least spark talk, right?
yeah, exactly right. So we got to figure out what that looks like. So, okay.
I would go and pull the NPC shape off of the database to start for sure.
Yeah, I was wondering if we wanted to use that or a different, right? So all that's in here right now is this little placeholder for dialogue. It's just a JSON blob, right? So, I mean, we can give it this thing, but I don't know that there's anything to go off of.
No, not at all. It's more like we should be like, this is what it currently looks like. Do you know what I mean? If you just copy the row and just be like, this is what it currently looks like. And then we can start talking to it about, because it has the context, hopefully, of all the bullshit it told us about the trees and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
New table, character dialogue. Is that what I'm calling these? Like character hotkeys, character inventory, character quests, blah, blah, blah.
I think so. And then, yeah, and then we can be like, and then also we want you to spit out a whatever it decides, we want it to spit out some bullshit for us to then throw in. That's what I would mention.
Give example dialogue structure using whatever structure you decide on. Give several example dialogue using whatever structure you decide on.
I noticed you're not using Whisper today. What's that about?
I just normally I would.
You want a little bit of immersion with your AI agent?
But I would if it was just me doing the prompts. But if you're talking, I can't hear you when I turn on Whisper.
Mm-hmm.
It literally turns off your mic, so I can't hear any sound if I'm using Whisper.
Oh shit! But
my speakers turn off. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, maybe we can figure out a workflow for that. Yeah, I hear you.
All right. So checking how they creating a plan with a recommendation and example. Store enrichment. Use the existing dialog JSON. Do not create a new table. Okay. Cool.
Perfect to start. Yep.
I mean, if this works, can't I just copy this in right now?
Absolutely. You just have to build for the functionality to start, and then we just drag it in, right? Or is it already built and we just take it and that's it?
I think it's already built.
Okay. But this shape doesn't make sense. Should it be an array?
I don't understand how it's. I mean, if it's one big array, I don't understand this. This should just be in the JSON-B.
Exactly.
It's a dialog is a JSON-B array of text responses. So,
Because there's no point in it filtering through 40 potential text possibilities to find the right one. That doesn't make sense. It should just automatically get there to go start the trees, basically.
I don't understand this. Like, to your point, I
Yeah.
don't.
Maybe we should. Yeah, yeah.
How does this work with multiple different dialogue trees? Won't we need to parse each and every one when chatting? I guess I don't.
And before you hit send, I would say, give me just one example that I would use to populate my database with. Like, let's be stern with it.
Yep. Chats, including rumors and keywords. I kind of get it, but there's like going to be 40 different, which might be right, but I would expect. Oh. Parsing keyword matching happens only on the current node, not the whole array? One full example. Drop and give me to me. I've heard next index 1. Next index 2. What's next index?
This isn't even a tree structure at all. This is like a if statement journey, if you will, the way it's set up. So it didn't keep the tree node structure at all. Right? It's just saying, hey, here are the responses, then go run, because it's still using an array as its model. And I don't think we should be using an array, right? Yeah. So
This
I would
doesn't
say
make any sense.
So I would say I think I understand. I think we should write it's because you have it as an array right now in the cell, so it's working off of that. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. But I guess next index should point to something.
Right. The next index here, I think it's saying, hey, go to the next part of like it's inferencing 0th index for something else, right? I don't know. Like if you hail,
right?
Yeah.
But what does this 0 mean? 0 in this array would be hail.
It's true. So maybe it's pointing towards another part in here. If you hail,
again,
it would come back to this one. Yes, because if it already talked and you say talk, then it's just gonna keep coming back. So if you do rumors, next index 1, it'll come down to the yeah. It's bad, by the way. I just get what it's doing.
So train is 2. So
which
then
would
you'll
be
go
that
here,
one. You want to train? Yeah, exactly. This is not. This is like the most ugly data structure, by the way. I do not recommend this.
Okay. I guess I don't know how to change this though.
I have a feeling. So, let's talk about this from a technical standpoint. Do you believe that dialogue should be an array that's done like this? It's technically a tree structure in theory,
It is.
but do you believe it should be an array, or do you think it should be an object?
I don't know what difference does it make.
If it's an object, then it's not being handled by using next index. It's being handled by user input, and then it finds the property to match the routes, basically. Routes is the bad word. To find the property that it needs to find within the object to then go give you that text. Whereas right now, you're always just like jumping around within an array, which is fine because you know where to go next.
I guess I don't understand.
No worries.
What's the difference with an object?
No worries. Do you want to keep it as an array? Let's just start there because then we could just move it forward that way.
I don't know what other options there are. So
Uh-huh.
that's why I'm trying to figure out what you mean by an object. What do you mean?
Yeah. So with this, I think an array is fine now that we're doing this next index concept, if that's the right way, because that works, right? Because the only thing that happens is the user comes in, they talk to or they hail an NPC. It'll always come up with the 0th index, right? That it'll always come up here first, and then from there it's always constant because based off of the user's input, it knows which array object to go into next. Right? So this technically is fine.
It's technically fine, right?
Yeah.
But what is the object that you're talking about?
With an object, it'd be like you come into an object and it just has all the different routes of like, it would be like npc.rumors, and it would just have text like a bunch, like maybe that would be an array of possibilities to go down, because right now to me I don't know if this scales for an NPC that handles a shit ton of stuff. But if you disagree, then this is fine already.
Well, wouldn't in your object just be here? Like all of the rumors would be in here?
Exactly, shit like that. You just make it so that the code can run through it faster. Whereas right now, I was under the impression that you might be you might have to be traversing the array the whole time, but you probably don't have to because you just are given an index, so you're fine anyway.
I don't know how this will be implemented. So if I come in, I hail the person, hail Zim, he'll say this.
Hail wouldn't be an option here. That's already incorrect. Hail wouldn't be there. Because why would you hail? You've already hailed, so you're entering the very first talking point already, right? So that's why you got confused seeing next index 0. Because right now, if I talk to him and I click hail, then it'll just keep hitting that same message over and over.
That's right.
Yeah.
If I click hail over and over and over, it'll just do me this one right here.
Right, so we wouldn't even want a hail option. We would scratch that out, basically.
No, we have to. That's index 0.
But you should just automatically hit index 0 when you go and hail somebody. You had to hail somebody to even get into this array, is what I'm saying.
Right, but I guess no matter what, like if I'm on here and I say thanks, the next index is 0, it'll just go back to this.
No, it'll go back to drop and give me 20.
It'll go back to this.
Yeah,
it'll go back to this.
Yes. So all the next indexes are referencing straight up the main array, not the...
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what I meant. So if we're cool with that setup, I'm fine with it now that I've kind of thought about how we're not actually iterating through an array. The array is just a representation of all the text. So that's how I was going to use an object as well. But if we want to use an array, then it'll just jump around. But we wouldn't have hail as an option for the first one. That doesn't make any sense. Because you had to hail to get there.
But after they said this, if I say hail again, it'll just go right back to this one, right?
Right. Nothing will happen.
Yeah, well, it'll say this again.
But why would you ever hail once you've already hailed?
I mean, you can. That's what I'm getting at. It's like there's nothing to stop you.
Oh, okay.
To
You want
prevent you.
hail as an option once you've already hailed somebody, though?
Well, it doesn't make sense contextually, but there's nothing to prevent a user from doing the same response over and over again, right?
Sure. Okay. But okay, fair enough.
I mean, it looks like you could just do this though. I don't know. I guess it depends how this works. If I type hail, I guess I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen
So
here.
right now, and the only way to get into this object is to hail the NPC. Yep. Right.
That's what it looks like.
Yes.
I
So that's why
that's what
hail
I'm
being
saying.
there is confusing you, I think, because it has no reference on anything. Or are you not confused? Because then we can just plop that into the database and Bob's your uncle. We're good.
No, I am confused in the sense that, to your point, right? Hail is the keyword that starts the entire dialogue.
Yep.
But it doesn't make necessarily sense for it to be in, the zeroth index element as a keyword at all.
That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm.
However, I don't know what it implemented to allow hail to initiate conversation. So that's what I'm getting at is it might use the zeroth index with the first response hail, and that's what initiates the conversation. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know how it implemented it.
Oh, you know what? You could be onto something. Then I would just, in my opinion, then it knows the code and we should just plop it into the database. But it's up to you if you want to. We still have to build anyway, right? So, yeah.
I mean, I can copy that and put that in.
But we would still need it to build, so we can copy it regardless, and then we'd still need it to build, I think, right? So,
I don't think so.
oh, it's just good. Okay,
Yeah, this is literally just
got it.
SQL.
Then I say we just plop it into the database, and we'll find out
Yeah,
how it goes. Yeah, makes sense.
I think so too.
Cool.
So for Drill Sergeant Zim here, let's go over to the dialog object. This right here. And let's just paste that in
Mm-hmm. Cool.
and see what happens. What? I copied it from AI. Don't tell me it's bad, JSON.
But it wouldn't be JSON. It would
Oh,
be an array, right? So there's two extra. Yep, got it. Cool. I see. It was saying the whole thing wasn't valid JSON. Got it.
yeah. All right.
Cool. Let's see if a dialogue comes up now.
It won't be smart enough to do it. Oh, it did.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, so this right here doesn't make sense, right?
Nope, it doesn't make any sense. That's what I was
Yep.
saying. There's no reason for it
Yep.
to be there. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. This looks pretty cool.
It's yeah, so this is pretty much old school RPG.
Yep. Yep.
Single player RPG. This is where you're clicking, you can go back through the tree, come back, etc.
Yep. And we have the functionality to type back to it too, which is good, right?
Yep.
Any thoughts?
It works. It worked right out of the gates.
Oh, so you think so you give that a +1 to AI for crushing that. Okay, I see what you're saying. Got it. Okay.
It worked right out of the gates.
Did you like it? Did you hate it? Any thoughts?
It's not my favorite, but we can play around with the display, the presentation.
Okay.
So, like, I thought we were just going to do keywords rather than like a list of stuff, but hey, hi Zim, you suck. And this is where it would be. How do I go back then?
You can't. So that's about what to build that in. It works.
That's it. You're done with conversation. Zim says no.
I'm cool. I'm cool with it not having those options or whatever. That's fine. And then having the keywords. That's just the next part that we'll have to build in for sure. Yeah, I'm cool with that though.
It was slash hail, right? Oh, why did it say talk? That's the other thing. I thought we decided on hail.
We didn't know because what happened was you changed it, but then you didn't hit save. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I saw it. Did that work just now
I
though? The
think
slash H? Oh wait,
no, I
we didn't add
tried.
it. We didn't add it. That's right. Okay, it didn't come
Yeah.
in. Got it.
I mean, obviously, this also needs to move somewhere.
Yes, I think above the hotbar, but I don't feel
Yeah.
strongly above that. Yeah.
Um, I think it works
Mm-hmm.
out of the
It needs a
box.
lot of stuff, but I think it works. Mm-hmm.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a thumbs up.
Okay. Yeah. Did you bet that it would
Um,
work?
I did.
Oh, then you win this one for sure. I think that I would consider that a pass. Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
now that I'm thinking, maybe I lied. Maybe I don't. Maybe I didn't say out of the box. I
We'll
said
go back
maybe.
to the tape. We'll go back to the
Yeah, we'll
tape.
go back
No,
and
no, but
look. Yeah,
if you said it worked, I would give you credit. I would consider this a win for sure for based off of
I
that
think this
build.
is a win.
Yeah. Okay. So now,
I'm going.
yeah, we'll continue.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I want to talk more about your feelings about how it should be displayed, but that's a sidebar. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the other things is like, hmm, the issue with the dialog box is also it obscures everything behind it that's going on.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Should it be see through and opaque like this current UI we have?
Most definitely, I think it needs to be more consistent with the UI.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I can live with pretty much anything at this point. I'm not really a huge UI guy.
Mm-hmm.
So if this feels good to you, then I would be happy.
So I had so on the conversation of UI, I like the system log, the hotbar, and the chat being that way. I almost don't mind that the character and inventory and this dialog box are of this. It doesn't have to look like this style, but I kind of don't hate that it's a different style because it's almost like those are the interaction based things. I don't know.
It's interesting. When I type the numbers, they're actually in the it is working off of the keypad, the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It's typing it in chat.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So that's cool that it's working. That functionality is all working as well.
Mm-hmm.
So to your point, if people just want to do 1 2 1 1 1 3 5 1 6 1 2, they can do that.
Do you feel like you're not immersed because you aren't physically writing cell or something like that? Just wondering.
I think if you type 1, it should. Well, let's see here. I wonder why there's this duplicate thing going on here.
What duplicate thing? I'm sorry.
So this right here, and then this right here, they're identical.
Wasn't that because you clicked hail or something?
I, right. So why is this here?
Oh well, we'll just have to keep tinkering with that with the AI. That's not
Yeah.
anything too crazy. Yeah.
So I would imagine it goes something like this. When you click hail, this shows up. Then this is here with these right here, or whatever it was. I don't. Whoa. Well, that's funny.
You entered combat? What?
Yeah,
How did that happen? Oh wait, why are you fighting
because
him?
I clicked 1. I clicked the number 1 to try to go back to thanks.
Yeah, and it started fighting him?
Yeah, because that's where my weapon is.
Oh. Wow, I didn't know we could aggro NPCs already like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone's available to be aggro.
That's crazy. Okay.
Just something we'll have to work on.
Yeah, I wasn't
For,
thinking that we would have numbers to talk with, though. By the way, I was thinking you just have to click or something.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
but if you like that, that's great. We'll just know that we'll just have to have logic of focus around what the person was intending to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna commit this. I think this was a win.
I think this is a win too. And I think let's talk more about what you think, because I don't want to lose immersion. Right now it's not built in that you could write, you know, rumors and then have him talk back. I think that'll be important to key in. I think I think I'm very convinced that that's important for immersion.
Are you sure? Because it has the rumors in here, right?
Yeah, but shouldn't you be able to write like, "Hey, give me some rumors," and then he'll talk back instead of you clicking it? I don't want everything to just be clicking either.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this doesn't really give you the opportunity to type in rumor anywhere when you're having a conversation with them and have them go to the appropriate tree.
That's what I was getting at earlier with it being an array. That's why I was like, now if it's an object and you write rumors, you go and hit rumors as a property, right? But if it's an array, you have to go and traverse the array until you get to the rumors.
You need like a keyword on this rather than just an index 0.
That was what I was trying to. So I think that hopefully you get now what I was saying earlier about having it be an object as opposed to an array. Yes, that's exactly it. So you can do the typing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if it's an array, what are you going to do? Traverse until you find the right one? That's crazy, right? Like,
right.
Yeah, and then you wouldn't be able to actually. I guess the array could then be an array of objects. You could traverse that, but that's not even correct at all. That's not correct, like, technically.
No, I think you need to be able to, when you're typing, say rumors, and have it go to the appropriate index.
Yeah, exactly. Which would need an initial object of keywords, and then it hits text from there. Is how I feel about that.
Well, I would think that each item in here would have keywords right above text, and if you type in the keywords, it goes to this index.
Yes, I am in agreement, and it's I'm talking about the core data structure should be an object to start instead of an array.
You think so? Why?
Because right now, let's say I type rumors. How would I get to rumors?
Because there's a keyword here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the code would be filter. It would be array.filter rumors. And then it would go and travel until it got to rumors. That's how you feel about that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So there's only 5 items in here.
Yeah.
Just I type rumors and then it goes right here.
I'm cool with that, actually. I'm cool with that. That's fine. Yeah, because that's not an expensive operation at all. That's fine. Yeah.
These look very simple, lightweight. I guess it depends how much dialogue we have.
That's what I was getting at. In my mind, I was imagining this fucking guy having so much that because when I got scared with the planning when it was talking about trees, I was thinking about an actual tree data structure. This is not
most of them are,
but this isn't a tree. This is just an array. So
this is not a tree.
Yeah,
most teams are.
So that's why I was nervous that once items come into play and all these things of like what you're holding, I do think you would need an object because you can't just keep traversing indefinitely because then that's not a tree anymore. That's just a lot of expensive array operations. That's the way I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, definitely. We didn't even talk about quest stuff in here.
That's what I was getting at. So if it's an array, this becomes an expensive operation the more this gets complicated. If it's just a little like merchant or this guy, it can be an array. That's fine.
Yeah. No, we're gonna want like with quests and stuff, so it'll have to be expanded somehow. But we'll have AI figure it out for us.
I agreed, and we should have AI ask like, "Hey, if I was doing this, what should the data structure have looked like?" So we do have to come back here and do another pass through, basically.
Agreed.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
I'm getting paged again.
Want to do a quick outro?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah. Are we staying on negs, or do we have to do good positive things?
Whatever you want to do.
All right. So
we have no rules.
I'll do a little bit of both, and it's not anything that anyone can purchase or watch. First plug. My backyard has finally got tons of plants planted in. I dug as many holes as possible, and my mom helped me with all her saplings. So thank you, Mom. Shout out for you got nice. My plug this week. My anti thing. People driving. What's up with people driving now, dude? Like, everyone's being such a dick on the road. I don't want to drive anymore. I hate how everyone is insane on the roads nowadays. The other day, It's not even like, oh, people are like weaving or people are being aggressive. I love aggressive drivers. Seize the gap. Keep doing your thing. I feel like everyone is just like texting and they're gonna crap. And I got hit the other day already, so I'm like, I'm gonna get hit again. Anyway, that's my rant of the week.
Did you get hit hard?
Oh, I got hit maybe a month ago, and it was not hit hard. I thought my car would get totaled. I was so excited because I was like, shit, I want a new car. This is me sick. It was a $9,000 repair on my 15-year-old car, and they did not total me. They just took it to the shop, so I'm still stuck with my car that just got fucking hit.
That's as long as you're healthy, that's all that matters.
I'm good. I'm good. I was just annoyed by everyone on the road right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think people are, I mean, obviously, there's this famous George Carlin line. Do you ever notice that anyone slower than you is an asshole, but everyone faster than you is a complete dickhead? And so it's just like, no matter what you do, they're always being, people out there are always just not doing what you want. So
I'm cool with everyone driving slow. By the way, I'm an old man on the road. I'm domesticated as fuck when it comes to driving because I'm just like I totally respect that I could die at any moment. And I'm like, if we're all just chilling, I don't mind getting there 10 minutes later. It's like not a big deal. And I don't mind people driving fast either. I mind people not knowing how to drive. That's
Sure.
There's a distinction. Like I can handle LA drivers just fine. That's fine. It's like people are like crashing into each other now.
Distracted drivers.
Exactly. I'm very literally getting hit now by people that are distracted. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm with you. So my outro is I broke down this weekend and after watching some videos on YouTube, and I played Slay the Spire 2. So have you played it yet?
No, Discord outed you. When I was about to log in, it showed Steve played Slay the Spire for 8 hours.
How's that on Discord?
Oh, because Discord's like attached to your gaming history. So
Oh, really?
yeah, you can turn it off if you want, but it outed you when I was signing on. I was like, oh, he got Slay the Spire too.
So there are a couple of reasons for that. One, when I was watching some YouTube videos, it occurred to me that there are a lot of game mechanics that we can use from Slay the Spire 2 in our turn-based game.
Okay.
So a lot of the buffs, the power-ups, the interactions between them, we can do the same thing with our NPCs when we're fighting.
Love it. Yeah.
So I think that we should do a little R&D on this game and how everything comes together and plays together. Just to give us ideas on, I don't know, just like spiders and wolves and other creatures and how they work.
Say less. Say less. I was actually going to buy Slay the Spire 1 because it's so cheap. Do you think 2 is where the mechanics or where the research is best?
It's a lot of the same.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you enjoyed Slay the Spire 1, I would definitely recommend Slay 2. If you didn't like Slay 1, then don't get Slay 2.
I've never played Slay the Spire at all. So do you think that the R&D, I would still get enough R&D from 1? Or do you feel like, oh no, 2 did something that was key?
I haven't played 1 in probably 5 or 6 years. It's been a while since the release. So they felt the same though. So I don't know that there's a vast difference between 1 and 2. But honestly, I'd have to do them side by side to see if there's like a meaningful difference between the strategy behind 1 and 2. They feel the same.
Got it. If it's cool with you, I'm just going to spend the $6 on 1.
Yeah.
Let's go from there.
Yeah, they feel the same. So that's what I'd recommend.
Okay, cool. No, awesome. I will definitely do that R&D. I was literally about to buy the game before we logged on. So, yeah. And
2 is in early access anyway, so it's not even a finished game.
That was literally what happened. Right before we logged on, I was gonna buy Slay the Spire because I saw that you had just played it, and all my friends on Steam are playing it right now. Everyone's in love with it. And then I went online and wrote, should I buy Slay the Spire 1 or 2 if I've never played 1? And someone goes, play 1 because it's already fully polished. And I was about to buy it, but then so this is perfect timing.
Yep.
Cool.
All right, I'm going to submit this PR. If you want to approve it and merge it, that'd be great. Otherwise, I'll just merge it later.
Sounds good. I'll approve it right after this.
Okay,
right.
cool.
Good luck with work.